Summer has officially begun, and what that means for us gardeners is not only fun in the sun, but it also means that things are blooming in our garden for the first time this year. So, my name is Nicole. I garden in Zone 8A in southeastern North Carolina, and I cannot wait to show you the things that I have in bloom at the very start of summer. In my poolside garden, one of the things I have that you haven't seen yet is this perennial hibiscus. It's called Luna Rose, and the flowers just came out. These flowers grow to be about 8 inches in diameter, so you can see they're bigger than the size of my hand. I love that. Not only are the flowers big, but this plant gets a lot of them. You have seen a lot of the items in my poolside gardens before. You have seen my dark red canna lilies, my blanket flowers. I have purple hearts right here. This one is the Copper King hibiscus. This is also perennial like the magenta one I just showed you. This one has all of its buds on it, but not yet blooming. This one's gonna have very large flower blooms, like I said, like the other one, but these are going to be a very pale pink. So not quite blooming for the start of summer, but a couple more weeks, I'll have something new to show you. This canna lily right here is the newest canna that I have brought into my garden. This one has the striped foliage, which I adore. The nursery I bought it from, though, didn't have a tag on it, and they said they weren't exactly sure what variety it was, but I think it's either going to be the Bengal Tiger or Tropicana Gold. I'm pretty sure those are the two options that it could be with these leaves, and it looks like maybe we're going to have an orange flower. So I'm pretty excited to see what's about to unfold with this one. Canna lilies. While my canna lilies have been showing themselves for a bit of time with the foliage, we can see the green foliage in the early spring. Look how tall these guys are. I'm 5'4". These babies are easily, look at that one. It must be 6 feet 4. I don't even know. This was a really exciting find for me because I found these canna lilies on another property and I was able to take them and transplant them over here. I had no idea how big they were gonna be, but the leaves are huge. Like I said, they're tall and glorious. Canna lilies will bloom for me all summer long. They are going to last until we have a frost here, and they also are perennial. I have some dwarf style canna lilies in the front of my garden that are going to be closest to the pool, so I wanted to keep them shorter. I have them in a few different colors, but what is making me so happy right now is this yellow canna lily. I traded some of my coral canna lilies for a couple yellows from my friend, and it just makes me so happy to see it. So I have this one that's currently blooming right here, and I have another one that is blooming right here next to my blanket flowers. My hydrangeas. I don't have a lot of shade in my yard at all, so this little area right here gets a lot of afternoon shade, so my hydrangeas have been pretty happy here. These blooms are slightly past their prime, as you can see. They're beginning to fade out in color a smidge and that sort of thing. But what I wanted to show, A, how prolific these blooms are and how plentiful, but B, this little baby hydrangea came from this mom. This was something I propagated just this spring, and I just wanted to show the fact that he turned out pink and he turned out blue, and they're right next to each other and came from the same plant. So it's just interesting. That little bit of soil acidity can really change things right in the same area. Talked before about dahlias and how I absolutely love them. This is the Mystic Illusion Dahlia. It is unusually shaped. It is not the same kind of bloom that you see on a typical dahlia, but I absolutely love it. And the yellow with the dark colored foliage, ooh, is just awesome. This one just started blooming for me now, so it's the first time I get to show you. Right behind my dahlia, I have Lantana. This right here is called Lantana. Lantana is a perennial for me. It has a nice fragrance to it. I want to say it smells like pink lemonade, and it is a great pollinator attractor. So you'll see butterflies and bees and all the pretty things all over these flowers in the summer. So I just love it. This potted plant arrangement is filled with some verbena, some snake plant, and this is Diplodenia. Diplodenia is a tropical style viney plant that I was able to overwinter. I wasn't sure if I kept it inside for the winter, if it would rebloom again for me, but as you can see, I have blooms here and I have blooms here that have just begun, so I am thrilled about that. Some of my other summer bloomers are right here. So I have the black-eyed Susans. These babies just opened up in the last week as well. So I have lots and lots of those here all behind me. This is my Sunshine Ligustrum, and I just love how happy and bright with all the yellows this area of the garden is going to be this summer. Another thing I have blooming, which always is unusual to me when it's summer and this happens, but I have my mums. Now, they only just started blooming, so their color is quite vibrant right now, but they're not going to love their lives with this heat and this major sun. So we got a great show right now, and then they're gonna put on another great show in the fall, but that's about it for the mums. In this section of my garden, I have my red and orange daylilies. So these babies are looking awesome right now. Right underneath them, sort of right underneath them, these are going to be stargazers. So again, my stargazers are gonna bloom this summer. So check back with me shortly and let's see what the stargazers are looking like. Stargazers and tiger lilies. So these are all gonna be in bloom at the same time. I have one little baby echinacea blooming right here. This plant does not get very big. Maybe it doesn't have quite enough sun over here, but that one's showing right there. And my cordyline, I thought I lost this cordyline, which had been perennial for me. I had it in the ground for a few years. It got quite tall and very large. Well, I lost it due to a cold snap this winter, or I thought I lost it, but it turned out the roots survived, and so this is what I have going on right here. I have a very serious question to ask. Does anybody else not really care for the flowers that hostas put out? I'm sorry, I can't help it. I just don't love them. Please put in the comments below if you agree with me or if you do love them. I really want to know. Thank you so much for watching my video about early summer blooms and what is happening in the garden. I love watching everyone's garden tours and seeing what you have to offer so I can get some ideas maybe sparked up for my own property. Please have a wonderful summer. Enjoy the weather. Hopefully have some lazy days, but also some gardening days. Thanks again for watching and happy planting.